Hey Internet, Eric here. Hmm. I was considering on is it worth the hype video for this one, but this one didn't get a lot of hype. It did get some love, but not enough where a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you got to see this one. You got to see this one." Especially, which was surprising considering how well received the previous two movies was. Um, Previous two movies were discussed in Is It Worth the Hype videos where I see, I'm late to the party, see if it's worth what everyone's giving it. First talked about X, found it boring. Then I talked about its prequel, Pearl, thought it was fucking stupid. Might as well finish out the trilogy. Hopefully, well, at least when I was going into it, let's find out. Here are my thoughts on Maxine. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes. This one came out in this very year, 2024, so just be prepared, but I've already warned you. Basic plot of this is it is the third film in Ty West's X trilogy, I guess we're calling it. We are following Maxine, who was the only survivor from X. X is the first film in the trilogy, but the second in continuity. Whatever. 5 years later, I think it is, she's now in Hollywood. She's still working in the adult film industry, but she now has an audition for a horror film, so she can now make legitimate movies and not have to fuck people for a living. And while this is happening, there is a serial killer loose in Los Angeles. This takes place during the time of the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, and this serial killer is also stalking Maxine, leaving clues saying basically it knows who she is, killing people that she knows, and she has to try to survive. Um, okay, okay. I still went into this with a clear head, clear conscience, clear thoughts, all that stuff. Just because I didn't like the first two, doesn't mean I wouldn't like this film. I was very, very interested because Night Stalker, 80s, Los Angeles, around that time. So I went in this really, really wanting to enjoy it, and I didn't. I don't get the hype behind this whole trilogy. Let's get to Mia Goth. Um, I don't get it. I can honestly say I'm not a fan of Mia Goth, at least in this trilogy. If you want to know what I thought about her in the previous films, go check out those videos. Here, she's just there. I don't see anything special about her. I'm not going to say she has bad chemistry with anybody on screen, but I just don't care. I don't. Maybe it's a little bit of baggage from her character in X because I really didn't give a shit of her here. But this is a new life, new story. I still didn't care. I didn't find her likable. But I didn't hate her. But I didn't find her. I didn't give a shit about her. The other characters, Giancarlo Esposito, I believe he was her manager. I liked him. Loved the fucking wig he wore. He was cool. He's always good. She has a friend that works at the video store. He's in it for 5 minutes. He's fine. Kevin Bacon is in this. Kevin Bacon is I guess you'd say, driver. You find out he's the one driving around and picking up the serial killer after he does his thing. He's very seedy, very disgusting, he's someone that you don't like, and he does his job really well. Kevin Bacon is really good in this movie. So the acting is goes from really good to decent. I mean, I don't hate Mia Goth, but I just don't give a shit about her. Now, there are certain scenes that you definitely didn't need. Um, there's a scene where she has to get her body covered in plaster, because I guess in the horror movie she's going to get decapitated. She has a flashback to old crusty old Pearl, from the first film. Falls down, freaks out, gets the goop off of her face. Didn't really need that. There's the scene where she's walking down an alley and or she's walking down the sidewalk and she's accosted by some fucking street performer, I guess. He's painted up like a clown or somebody. I don't fucking remember. And the guy pulls out like a switchblade and he's going to attack her. She pulls out a gun, strips him down naked, puts the gun in his mouth like he has to give it a blowjob. And then she makes him lay down and then she steps on his balls. Like we get full on close up of the nutsack and the heel. I don't get why we needed that. I understand that we needed to show that Maxine still can take care of herself, I guess, after the situation with Pearl and her husband. Um, She isn't to be messed with. She's violent and dangerous and all that stuff, but it was a pointless scene. Um, I did like the scene though when she is running around Hollywood being chased by Kevin Bacon. That is a fun scene. That is really cool. They pass by the house, from Psycho. It's really good. Kevin Bacon is taken out, shot a few times. When he wakes up, his death is really really cool. I've mentioned spoilers already. He is put like they're in a junkyard. He's put in the front seat of a car, and you got the car compactor crushes him. Like you don't see him get like mangled and nasty, but you see some blood coming from underneath the car. The gore in this is pretty decent. We get some bullets, we get some stabbings. We get a really brutal stabbing with the guy who works at the video store, and he gets sliced in the face. The killer gets taken out with a shotgun blast to the face, and his head fucking explodes. That looks great. This has a great soundtrack, great 80s soundtrack, pop, all that stuff. And then we get to the reveal. And this is where I really started to hate the movie. Now, there's the how do I say this? This guy's been stalking people that know know Maxine. Maxine was going to go to a party with a couple of her porno co-stars, I guess you would say. She turned it down. They were killed in like a satanic ritual. They had pentagrams carved in their skins and tortured and this stuff. So Maxine is finally captured, and you find out that the guy killing all these people, and the guy going after Maxine, and he's also like taking police evidence. He's gotten like the VHS police evidence tape from the Pearl incident, from X, showing like a lot of like her porno scenes, and basically like she's watching her own porno, the stuff that was filmed in that movie. You find out it's her fucking father. Now, I did not see that coming because it's been a while since I watched X, but I do remember her father, I guess, was a televangelist, something like that. He wants to take her out because I guess she's a sin to God, something stupid like that. He's taken out, everyone who knew her because they're sins. It's really fucking dumb. Eventually, he takes her to, I don't know, someone's mansion, ties her to a fucking tree, and then he wants to perform an exorcism and attempts to do so until she's saved by the cops and people are shot and stuff like that. That's really fucking dumb. I hated that. Like, what's the point? It's really stupid. You had all this buildup of it being possibly the Night Stalker. You know what I mean? That would have been cool. Put him in it. American Horror Story, what was it 1984? They did a great job making Richard Ramirez a character, and even though they changed up history, it wouldn't be the first fucking time someone else did it, so Maxine could have done it too. Tarantino likes to fucking do it. Why can't they? A24 and Ty West, they're trendsetters and great. You can fucking do that. But no, you had to make it her goddamn father. No pun intended with that. The final confrontation is under the Hollywood sign. I liked it because when she took out her dad, that was the head explosion. But you interrupt the tension and that great scene with her looking up at the Hollywood sign and her looking at the helicopter and its searchlight, and she's just fucking imagining going on the news, telling her story, walking the red carpet, because, like we have to have in every fucking movie in this trilogy, someone's gonna be a star. She's gonna be a star in the first movie. Pearl, I want to be a star. We've seen her goofy fucking face say that when she cries on stage. And then this movie fucking ends after she, saves everybody, or saves herself. She's snorting coke in the back, in the dressing room of her horror movie that she's starring in, and she looks into the fucking mirror. I'm a fucking star. We get it, all right? We're beaten over the fucking face with it. She wants to be a star. Everyone wants to be a star. So it interrupts this final confrontation with her fucking daydreaming that she's on a talk show and she's walking the red carpet. Fucking dumb. This movie was boring. I didn't give a shit about the lead character. I mean, we get it's the 80s. Like, I love the soundtrack, but it's kind of like Stranger Things. We got to keep having more 80s references and looks and stuff like that. Didn't give a shit. I'm not a fan of Mia Goth. I don't get why people enjoy her. Who am I to say anything? I'm just some schlub on fucking YouTube. I don't get the hype behind this trilogy. Like I said, X was boring. Pearl was fucking stupid. And this was boring, but it wasn't as bad. I guess this one might be the best of the trilogy until that fucking final act where you find out it's your goddamn dad. I personally don't recommend it. I don't get it, but hey, that's just me. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. If you like this film, tell me why. What am I not getting? What am I overlooking? If you hate this film, tell me if you hate it for the same reasons I do. Click the bell, all that stuff. Got some things planned. I'm going to try to have an upload every day up until New Year's because I fell behind on some stuff. And then we're going to ring in the new year with a new theme on this channel. This year was nothing but movies I've never seen. Following this year, or into the next one, I know I'm rambling. I just got off work. I'm fucking tired. Every month we'll have a theme. What was I? January is going to be Jean-Claude Van January. Nothing but Van Damme films, unless there's something I specifically want to talk about or I have an interview. But other than that, thank you to all the new subs. I'm trying to get to 1,500 by the beginning of 2025, and I'm only 5 away. Appreciate everybody who has subbed, who has left comments, who has shared, promoted, all that jazz. I really do appreciate it. It's kind of cool finally trying to maybe accomplish something. So appreciate y'all. Don't watch Maxine or rewatch it and tell me why I'm wrong. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap. Cheers. Stupid movie. Get it. Don't get it.